ルビー、不安にさせたかよ。俺が世界一の剣豪にくらいならねえとお前が困るんだよな。二度と負けねえから。
For the final deck in this series, is this the best deck? I went with Roronoa Zoro. Zoro is possibly the number one deck. I think it's definitely top two. It's debatable between whether Zoro or I would say Newgate are probably the top two decks in the current meta. And I think there is a good argument for Zoro being the more versatile deck. I think Newgate is probably the more consistent. Zoro is able to play around the meta a bit more. So if you have, for example, we're starting to see Dofi come up more, so teching in a couple of jet pistols allows you to kind of play for that Dofi as well as combat the Strawbeard decks, because Strawbeard decks basically want to drop a bunch of 6k bodies and just turn them sideways every turn. Jet pistol kind of helps with that. You're able to tech in your one of Jambe's. Some run Fiery Doll. Some run the 5-cost Luffy as a rush option that can be unblockable to close out games. You have the option to run the Nami package and go low to the ground and wide all the time. Or you can go the more mid-rangey like this build and kind of rely heavily on getting into your Marcos. You just have a lot of options available because there are so many good red cards. And since Zoro's ability is so generic to give everything plus 1k, it really doesn't hurt to have so many small bodies in a deck and be able to just completely just drop multiple searches over and over again. Like here we have our Izo, Buggy, and Didon. That's 12 searchers. 2 of these searchers can get us into a Whitebeard Pirates, which is another searcher. So we have a total of 14 searchers in this deck. We're also able to run a lot of searchable 2Ks. We have the Jozu, that's a searchable 2K. We have the Utama, the Makino. And then not only that, in the cases of Otama and Makino, these are very usable cards to actually play out. We can play down the Makino, and he basically reads, I am blocker, because if you have 1 on Zoro, and then you drop a Makino, you can boost Buggy to 7 or Izo to 6. And that is a actual threat. So if you don't deal with the Makino, you just lose. So it kind of acts as a pseudo blocker in that case. The Marco is one of the huge anchors of this deck. It allows us to apply consistent 7k swings turn after turn without any additional Dawn other than the one that we attach to Zoro every turn anyway. And he just sticks to the board in a deck list that would otherwise have a hard time sticking to the board. So there's a lot of options you can do here, and all of those can kind of be teched out for the current metagame in your local area. And then if you're planning to go to a regional event, you can kind of plan for what is expected at the regionals. And in this case, it would be a lot of Zoro, a lot of Law, a lot of Newgates. So that's what this deck here is kind of geared towards. I want to deal with the Newgate. I find that Marco is probably the highest, I think more so than your deck list. It's more about making sure that you play the matchup right. And I think having these boosters, the Magras and the Makinos, to be able to boost to 6k pretty consistently is huge in that matchup, as well as being able to stabilize into your Marco as early as possible. Once you get a Marco on the board, it's able to actually stick, and then you're able to constantly get 1 or 2 cards out of their hand every turn, because even though you're not attacking their life until they're basically down to 0, your Marco allows you to deal with a lot of their board, and it's important that you deal with their board, because if you don't deal with their board, you're just losing. Gordon also allows us to start getting some of those higher bodies, because all of a sudden I Gordon like a Thatch, for example, to hit for a magic number into that Thatch with the Marco. Also, Jet Pistol allows us to Utama Jet Pistol out the Thatch. We could go Gordon Fire Fist it. So there's a lot of options that we have for dealing with the Whitebeard. It's just very important that we play the matchup correctly. And in my opinion, the correct way of playing it is basically use the weenies really early game to poke a lot, try to get as many cards out of their hand as possible. If they want to take it and just go to full hand, that means that we don't have to worry about their big threats as early, and then stabilize with the Marcos and then just start turning them sideways and make sure that we keep reviving them. But anyway, we will get some test games here. This is possibly the best deck in the meta, so definitely top 2. Let's get a game. First game up, we get a Law. He chose to go first, which I find interesting. We see double Ezo and a Vista and a Fire Fist. So our goal here is to get into a really anything and a Marco. If we can double, and we see a Jet Pistol. This is looking real nice here. Jet Pistol is a perfect answer to the Laws that can possibly be coming. If we can just find ourselves... Hold on, I'm thinking about the order here. So we've got a Luffy, 38 cards down. And then we want the Dawn. The Dawn would establish a body, get us into Buggy. Buggy would establish a body, get us into Rad Beam, and then we get into Otamo. So that can give us that'll give us a sequence there if we top deck that. Then we'll go Ezo again. No Marco. Shoot. Okay. Well, next turn we're probably just going to go for a Poke and then Vista, whatever he plays down. I think he grabbed a Nico Robin, so that's interesting. Nico Robin is frustrating, but he's not going to get it out this turn. The turn that he gets it down on, we can probably Fire Fist, which would be really good. Here we'll probably just Fire Fist, or sorry, not Fire Fist, Vista the Didon. He swings, we take, because we're looking for a card. Oh, Whitebeard is so good against, 9-cost Whitebeard is so good against Law. He has a really hard time outing it. It's just, we're looking good. We just really want to see the 5-drop Marco before it's too late. I think we just poke for 5. I'm debating whether I go Vista into Gordon or if I go Vista into Whitebeard Pirates. I think we just Vista into Whitebeard Pirates. The Gordon play will always be there. Boop. And then see what we get here. And that's the card we want. We will place the Jambe on the top, so it would be 35 cards in. Or, well, 35 cards in after the draw. Then the next top deck, probably a Vista, Rad Beam. Just in case, because they have a lot of chum blockers too. Although our late game is probably going to just be Whitebeard play. But yeah, the Marco's huge, because next turn we get to Marco, get to turn some things sideways. If we don't Marco next turn, oh gosh, he established a board fast. All those chum blockers. Oh, that is a threat. I think I just take this though. Yeah, we get a Makino. Are we scared of this? Should we Jet Pistol this? Or no, we don't just pistol. All we do is we Gordon and then we Marco it, right? And then we start turning things sideways. Or like we poke, then we Gordon, Marco. Because that's actually pretty efficient, I think. Boop. Boop. And boop. Out of my life. He's going to be able to get some advantage here. Board advantage at least. But like with a bunch of like small chum blockers, we're really only being threatened by the Law. He does get a Luffy here. We don't really care that much, I don't think. He'll probably go Cycle Anom. Oh, no, he goes for the Luffy. Okay. Next time we're at 8 Dawn. We can out this. We can... I think we just 2k out. He turns this sideways. We'll 2k out again. Don't see why not. And then next turn we could just Jet Pistol it. We take because you put in a lot of investment there. We're at 8, so we'll go Jet Pistol. Jet Pistol. And then we will attach one and then just start turning things sideways. Boop. Magic number it, 7. I'll go 6. And then we will go another 6. Yeah, so many of these chum blockers, but the thing is, like, I've got a Marco, and I could do a Marco into Fire Fist on a turn, and I don't really know what he does to that. He has 9 Dawn now, a huge hand, but there's just not a lot of threats on his board. So if I just keep swinging, eventually he will run out of resources. I mean, that's really all I can do here. Depending on what he plays down, if he doesn't get a 6-cost blocker law, then I think he just loses pretty quick. A whiff on the Bonnie. Ooh. Another blocker. So he's got 3 blockers up, 6 Dawn left. He's going to recycle the Bonnie for another Luffy. And the question is, does he turn it at life, or does he go for a board? He does go for board. I'll give him the second one. I just didn't want him swinging at life that turn. Next turn we go up to 10 Dawn. I think I just drop the Newgate and then start swinging. Because with Newgate up, it's going to be really hard for him to do anything. I might go 8 or 6 into, or 7 into Luffy first. We'll see what he does. He does get a guard point. So he does have a lot of defenses in his defense. Okay, so we just go here. We'll go here. And then... Oh, actually, no. We are going to play it this way. So he's at 3. All of these are at 3. He's at 4. He's at 7. He's got 3 blockers. So we play this down. We take out one of the blockers. Actually, we take out the Nami. Then we go for 3. He should let it die, but he does have a million cards in hand, so we'll see what he does. Because I can't imagine him playing a 3rd Luffy. Ooh, the Red Hawk. Okay. He lets it die after 2. Okay. And then we'll just go 7 to life. Let's see what he wants to do. He goes 8. We'll go 6 to life. He blocks. And then we'll play down this. We'll grab the Ezo. And we missed the Ezo. That's actually huge. That was a really bad miss. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 searches total. So that's 30 or 25 cards that we've gone through. And we're on turn 6. He gets beige. Golly. That's a lot of blockers. Gets into his Robin. The question is, does he go board or face? I think if he's feeling desperate, he goes for face. If he's feeling confident, he goes for board. I think that's basically how it works. Oh, just go straight into the Marco. That's good for us. Because I don't see him. He doesn't have any more swings. So yeah. I think we just start turning cards sideways. 1. It's got 4 blockers, but we have a lot of swings here. Let's see if we can get those cards out of his hand. He has to either block or counter. Wow, okay. I think we just double sevens. We might just have a game. I'm gonna keep. Well, no, because like, oh well, he has rush. I'm gonna keep 2 up just in case I don't have game. Yeah, we just win. Okay. Good game. Good game. It didn't seem like I don't think he saw a single blocker law. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Game 2, we have an ace. Probably the weakest of the red decks at the moment, but still a threat. They do play Fire Fist, and Fire Fist is just really good into red. So we're going to keep this, though, because we're seeing a Dodon for a turn 1 play. We'll probably just go turn things sideways with a Zoro, double Zoro swings with the Rush Zoro play on turn 2. He's playing the Nami. Yeah, I think we just go Dodon. Dodon is going to grab ourselves an Izo. And I think our turn 2 play is that double swing, and then our turn 3 play will be to drop the Marco and then swing with whatever we have left. Ideally, oh, he has a Flame Emperor. That's a little scary. Do we take this hit? I think we want to counter out early. Just in case he gets into some stupid stuff. Monkey D. Luffy. The starter deck of Monkey D. Luffy is coming out. Okay. So we have options. We either go Zoro swing for 2 swings to try to get some cards out of his hand. He has 6 cards in hand. Or we go Zoro swing Dodon Izo into whatever Dodon gets. Hopefully Dodon would get into like a buggy, and then we could go buggy. So I think we want to do that, because if we can do that, that's like really, really busted. And he just does take the 5. Sweet. So let's go for the 2 cost, try to get a buggy. Don't see the buggy, and we miss. This is bottoming 2 of our Marcos and 1 of our new gates, which are like all of the targets we wanted for the Izo. Bad ordering. We're going to see the buggy on the Izo search, and we're going to miss. Ready? No buggy. But we would have been able to grab. If we did this the other order, it would have been better. We do get a Whitebeard Pirates event. We'll use this, and that is going to miss. Shoot. Okay, well. That could have been a lot better. I think the Marco would have been the grab on the other one, because Whitebeard actually doesn't feel great into Ace, because they have so many ways of outing it. I mean, like Otama into what's it called? The Flame Emperor. That is a way of getting into double triggers there. That would have been great had he played something down that could get hit. There's our buggy. A little late, bud. Let's go for... Okay, so let's just attach one here. Let's see what he allows us to do. We can out him, then we just out him. Let's see what happens when we swing here. Protects him, okay. So now I think we just go here. Boop. And that's all we can do this turn. So we're down to 3 life. That's a little scary. Next turn, he goes into the Izo, that's fine. Goes into life. I think we counter with the Otama. We have a lot of non-counter in hand. We're going up to 8 Dawn, so we could double Jet Pistol, whatever he throws out there. One of these will be used for revive, though. He's at 8. That's really scary with double attack. He could just go into my life. And then I'm going to have to take it. And he does, in fact, make that play. We do get good cards out of life, though. That's always positives. Let's just go... First, let's poke this out. And then let's attempt to poke at the Zoro. See if we can get him to waste some cards. He does not waste any cards. Good for him. That's the right play. Let's swing for 7 into life. He takes. No trigger. Trigger, maybe. He's thinking about it. I think he might have just gotten a Flame Emperor or a Fire Fist and trying to determine if it's worth playing. We'll go 6 to life. We'll drop down and go 6 to life. It takes again. We'll go for the Buggy. Buggy the Clown grabs the Whitebeard Pirates. That's our last Marco going to the bottom of the deck. And a rush option. So we'll see what he has in store for us. We do have Makino plus Magra. So we can boost this Buggy to like 10k very, very cheaply. He does get the Crossfire counter. We'll see how much Dawn he leaves up. He's playing down the Buggy. Buggy gets reveal. Oh, to draw in 2 years at Sabodi Archipelago. So that is the Straw Hat Searcher. Pick no cards off of the Straw Hat Search. It's down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. He goes for 2. Two Dawn attached. Who's he swinging at? Probably Zoro or the leader. He's definitely either setting up for a kill next turn. Oh, Dawn. We let Dawn die. Dawn's gone. We get a 2k. That's great. I think what we do is we start. We'll pre-allocate this so that I don't think. Let me look. He used a Flame Emperor, right? Yeah. 6k or less. Okay, yeah. So you can kill up to an 8k when used, but only trigger kills 7k. So this puts him at 6k. So this puts him at 7, 7, 6. The Buggy could die. We'll just go 1 here. We'll actually pre-play this, so we have 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 6. So this means that if we trigger a Flame Emperor, it'll only be able to pop the Dawn or the Magra, and that is fine with me. We'll then turn this sideways for 7. He's thinking. He's like, that's a lot of swings left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 2k. Give me 1 more card. Thank you, sir. We'll go for another 7. Give me 2 more. Okay, that's 1. I'll go 7 more. Okay. So we do have him low. Let's just go. We want to make it to where he can't win next turn, right? That should be the goal here. So let's swing. So we need 1 up for the Rad Beam, right? Rad Beam plus that lets us bounce up like 8k. We want to reduce these. It would be really nice to have like a Vista or something. No Vistas. 5 left. I think we just go for this. Pop the Buggy. Swing at life for 6. He takes. I think he's confident that he can take out the game this turn. He needs 2 successful swings. That's his only win con. We have 1, 2, 3, or 2 2Ks, a 1K, and then a 4K counter since we have the 1 Dawn up. And next turn, we have plenty of swings to go wide or high. So I think if we just go for the play. Yeah, I don't think he has a win con. Because even if he loads up, like, at this point, if he goes to life, we just take, right? Yeah, we just take that. Sure. GG. So we just attach 1 here. Swing for 7. And we win. Good game. Good game. We found ourselves a Katakuri to close out this video with. Katakuri is interesting because it really comes down to how we play it, and this is not the hand we want to see. Generally speaking, against Katakuri, we want to be very, very aggressive in the early game. Try to get them down to as low health as possible, and then let our Marcos carry us in the mid to late game. Here, we are not seeing that kind of hand. We might want to hold on to some of our 2Ks for the late game. We do probably just take this hit because, I mean, countering out is kind of futile in the long run here. He just passes it back. Nice. So we'll probably just... We've got four cost worth of searches. So we'll probably just swing for 5 and then go for a billion searches here. He takes the hit, and does it have trigger? Of course it does. It's Parasparo. We'll go to Dawn to grab an Ezo. We'll go Ezo to grab the Marco. The Fire Fist might have been a good play too. We'll go Buggy to miss. I should have done double Ezo to grab another Marco. All right, that is a pretty good sized board though. Next turn we'll drop the Marco, take out the pudding, and then start turning cards sideways. Important thing is that we deal with this Parasparrow or the Well, Cracker's not really a threat. Neither of these really are. Goes 7. We take. Goes 5. We will. I don't want to get him that cheap. Not that cheap. I think we swing at the Parasparrow for 5. See what he wants to do. He lets it die. Beautiful. So we can get him down to 1 card this turn. We'll go Otama into the Marco here. And he does grab a 2K pudding. Oh, no. Sorry, that is the Searcher pudding. And we'll just go here. Boop. He could go 7 cost Big Mom here, which is fine. Nope, he goes for the search. Search is going to grab the Cracker. So we're probably going to see another Cracker here. No, we see Brûlé. 3 up. Swings 5 into life. We will... I don't see us playing this, so we'll counter out. And he goes 7. We'll take this one. Nice. 2K. 2 counter events live. We're looking kind of nice. We'll just swing 3 to 3. See if he lets it go or not. If we can get him into burn cards protecting these, that's great. We'll just go 5. Five. We killed 1 Cracker, and we saw 1 Cracker already. We have 5 Dawn up still, which is great. Another 5. We know he has a lot of counter in hand. Yeah, there we go. We'll swing for 7. He has a blocker as well. If he goes for something like, Cracker off the trigger here, we could just Jet Pistol it. We still have 4 up, which is great. He does give us 2 cards. In that case, I think we do just go for the 9. Yeah, we'll go 9. He'll probably Brûlé here, considering he dumped 2 cards to protect the other one. Yeah, he doesn't want to take any more hits. He's feeling a little scared. As he should. If he goes for 7 cost Big Mom, we trash. Oh, Katakuri. It's probably going to top the bottom of the Marco. That works. And then swing 7. I think we just counter out because we're going to put him in a really tough situation here. Because we have double Makinos. Yeah, we counter out of this. We're going to be at 3 life. He's down to 4 cards, 2 life. He turns this sideways. We just counter out with a Jozu. Like that's actually the right play here. And then we will go, we get a Rad Beam. This is beautiful. Ready? We go here. We go Makino to boost the buggy. Get that max value. Boom, he takes. We'll go another one. Let's swing 5 into here. Minimizes the damage you can do next turn. And then we'll play one more rest to boost this up to 6, 7, 8, 9. Boop. See what this bottom life is. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Because even if he 10 drops, we still have 2 more. I think we just go. I think we go 5 and then 9. Because like worst case, right? He 10 drops us. 10 drops. We'll discard 1, and then he has 2 swings, and that's it. And we counter out of 1 for sure. So if we go 5 here, get a card out of his hand, go for 9, they'll get another 3 cards out of his hand. So that's 4 cards out of hand, leaving him with 3 cards, and we win for sure the turn after. He just will have he has no win con at this point. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 cards in hand. 3 cards at the start of the turn. He does 10 drop, but like now what are you gonna do? Poke me twice? Take out a Makino? Okay, cool. I still have 2 life. That's actually kind of annoying. But you only have 2 cards in hand. So yeah, we just go here. That's to 6. Here, that's 9. Can't block. Can't stop that. And then poke for 5. Counters out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's game. GG. And disconnects. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of how you want to play this matchup, right? You want to put them in a situation where they cannot win. So playing the big mom is just an auto lose for them. And they are forced to have to deal with stuff like your Marco because you're applying so much pressure and you're having to force them to go after your like Makinos and stuff, because if they don't, they just lose because they have a lot of dead cards in hand. So they do have triggers. Triggers can be scary, but if you're dealing with them appropriately and kind of trying to play around them, like the turn that I had the jet pistol, it didn't come up, but hello. Sorry, pulled out my mic for a moment. But the moment that if it did come up, he dropped a cracker there, I would have just popped it so he had no swing, and then pass, go to the next turn, and I just do it again, and he would not be able to get any pressure. It was so good. Yeah, good games. Finally found a new gate. New gate is probably the biggest threat in the meta right now. We want to go. It's debatable. I think we want to go second in the Whitebeard because we don't. If he does find the Whitebeard, we don't want him starting with it. Hand is looking good. Could be better, but I mean not by much. So I'm just gonna go straight for the Dawn. Next turn, I think we just go. I think we just double search or triple search, whatever it takes. This one will take. We do generally want to counter out early into Whitebeard, but since he went that much higher, there's not really much we could do there. We'll go Buggy. Buggy will grab that. And then we'll go for the Ezo play. Ezo grabs Whitebeard. Now, Newgate is huge in this matchup, so if we start countering out early, we'll be put in a very, very strong position. We now have 4 cave counters, so if he doesn't start establishing bodies, we'll be able to just start swinging things. Next turn, I think we do try to go for the double Machino, because those will act as lightning rods, forcing him to deal with them. So right here, dedicated 2k, bam. We did forget to swing last turn, unfortunately. I think we go for him. Make him waste an event. And then we can attach here. We can swing for the life again. And then we will go Machino. Machino can boost this up, and we can get one more 6k in, getting rid of one more card. And that's all this matchup really is. We want him going after our board, and we want to force him into having to make the decision to go for my board over my life, get into the Newgate, and then in the very, very, very late game, make a big 20k swing at his face. So we give him a Machino here. He's going to go for 7 into us. We'll take. He might have another one, but I think he's probably going to do a... Oh, okay. He goes double Fossa. Double Fossa into the chopper. That's interesting. Okay. I was not expecting that, in all honesty. We'll just swing for 6 here, get rid of some resources. Next turn, we do get to drop the Newgate, so that's cool. We'll go here, and then we'll do one more Machino. Again, this is just a lightning rod that forces him to have to deal with it. He has to do something, deal with some kind of resource here to deal with this. He gives us a 2k, down to 3 cards in hand. He has 2 here. If he has a Newgate in hand, then good for him. But now he's going to be down to 1 health if he doesn't have the Newgate on curve here. 4 cards in hand. He does have some blockers up. But next turn, we will be able to drop the Newgate. And that'll cause some problems. He does get it. He has it on curve. Good for him. Goes for 8. I think we do give him a Rad Beam and a 2k, I think. Draw one more. And yeah, we're just gonna go here. Go 7. The right play for him to do next turn is to just start swinging into my Marco. We'll see if he actually does it or not. And yeah, that makes sense to go for the double block there because obviously Whitebeard can just, my Newgate can just take that out. He's going to be down to 5, basically 6 cards in hand because one of these is going to end up being left after the end of the turn, and then he's going to draw it on the first hit. Which he'll probably just auto take a hit. If it makes sense. We have 3 life up. He has 3 swings up. He attaches 1. That will put him at 7. He needs 1 attached there for 7. If he has ace, that would be another 7, leaving him with 1 up, which is not... That would be pretty aggressive. Depending on what the game board is looking like after this turn, if I still have a lot of life, it might make sense to take out his Newgate and try to take out the Marco. Because if we can put him in an unwinnable situation on the following turn, that is definitely the right play, by the way. If we can put him in an unwinnable situation on the following turn, it makes sense to... put him to just go ahead and let him take that last life and deal with his board. He does go for the ace play, which gives him 3 swings left, potentially, but he does not have a way of dealing with the Newgate. and that does leave him with just one potential event counter. So if I get a Makino here, we'll let it die. He is going to go into life for 1 over. I think we go 2k here and then take the new gate if he wants to give us a new gate. Boom. Yep. Ooh, okay. So we have options. So if we go 1 here, we're going to go 1 there. So we'll put that there. So we can do, he's got 4 cards in hand, 1 up. So the most that can be is a Rad Beam, so that's 10. If we go 6, that's 1 card out. 6, that's 2 cards out. 5, that's 7, 8, 9. That's the Rad Beam, and then 11. I think we do try that. We could alternatively go 6, get 1 card out. 8, get 2 cards out. And then 8. Is that possible? What would this need for 8 again? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll leave us with 5. 7. No, we could do 7 though. But we might just want to do 6 and 12. We'll see what he does here. 1 count. Okay. And then let's go here and then do 8. If you Rad Beams, that's 1, 2 cards out of hand. Okay. He's at 11. So we need 2 here to put him up to 6. I think he lets the ace go at this point, right? Let's see that last card. He lets it go. We have 2 life. He has 1 in hand. He's about to get 2 more card or 1 more card. He'll be playing off of 2 cards. So if we swing here, he might defend it. If we swing here, he might defend it. That'd give him 3 swings. But we do have 4 cave counter and 2 life, and these 2 life could be anything. I think we just swing into the Marco. Does he revive? Doesn't. So he can't really win this turn. Because even if he has like an ace or something, that's only 1, 2, and then the third one would be ace. So he would need to do 3 here. That's 4. Well, okay, so if he does 3 here, swing, or if he drops an ace, swings. No, because I'd counter out of that one. I've got 3k counter in hand. I misspoke. I only have 3, not 4. But if he does ace swing for 7, I would counter out with 3, and then he would have no win con. If he pokes for 6, we counter out. He goes for the Nami. He does get the Rush Luffy, so he has a Rush Luffy on board. But that's just a 6k swing. So that 6k swing will definitely be able to be blocked, and that uses up 5 Dawn to use. If you go 7, I can still block that. 7 would be 1 more here, and we just go 1, 2, 3. We'll use up our whole hand. 8. 8's exactly the number. We use the trigger that puts us to 6. He can go 8 again. No blocker, 1, 2, 3. And now he knows everything's out there, but he only gets one more swing. So he can take out their Newgate. He can take out our last life. Jet, pistol. Good game. Good game. Wow. That was a very close game. I think it was the right move. I don't know what his last card would have been. It might have just been that Nami. I think that's all we saw, right? But yeah, that was a very, very close game. One more Katakuri game. I think we just go second to put him off curve. We're seeing like the dream here, right? We have the late game Magra, we have the late game Makino, we have the Vista for getting rid of if they do drop the Sanji. We have the Izo. We kind of have all the tools here. We keep. And we get the Whitebeard. Probably won't come up. Whitebeard usually doesn't come up in this matchup. What does come up in this matchup is Fire Fist. They have a lot of cards that get hit by Fire Fist. And they don't really have removal unless they're wanting to give us 2 cards anyway. And if they give us 2 cards to out a Makino early game, I think that's value. So we're just going to go here. We'll take the first hit. We get a Makino. Let's go. He's going to drop that. That's fine. I think we just go here. Turn this sideways, boost this up, swing here. Swing here. And then trigger? No trigger. And then we drop this, get the Jambay going. The Jambay isn't really a high value card in this matchup, but we don't really have any other plays. And then, pass. Anything else we can do? We could be greedy again. It's coming. Force him to go after these. If we're at like full health and he's dropping his big moms, I think that's a win for us. He does just go after board. I think that is still probably the right play. Brûlé, nice. It gives us a target to hit with our guy. Just poke here. He protects with sovereignty. Weird flex, bro. Does he give us 2 more? Or does he go +1? He decides to go +1. Grabs the Linlin. That is the 10 cost, which means next turn we should probably try to prioritize getting some damage. Trash top life. We don't need that anyway. Boop. We'll go 7. Well, let's go 5. No, let's make sure we get the 7. He could have Thunderbolt. You never know. Shirahoshi. Nice. He's deciding his discard targets. So you go 7, 7, 7. Right? Ready? Boop. 7. And then we go boop. 7. And then one more 7. Nice. So I think we did a decent amount of damage to put him in a very hard position here. He kind of has to go after board, but going after board feels bad, so he doesn't want to do that, but he kind of has to. And he goes after the Luffy. We'll give him Luffy. We don't need that Luffy to win. If he goes Katakuri and like puts Marco on the top or bottom, that'll also be great. I love to see that kind of value. He goes for the buggy. We'll let buggy die. And let's see the cat. Oh, no, he's going for the vanilla. Vanilla Yamato. Does he think he can win a turn? We'll see. I think we might... Because he's in a position now. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 swings. So if he goes 10 cost Big Mom, let's think about this. If we're at 7k life, he goes 10 cost Big Mom. He gets 1 swing, 2 swing, doesn't get a third. So he cannot win next turn, regardless. But he'd be at 2 life. We'd get probably 1 more hit in here, I'd say at least. Let's just go here for starters. Swing 2 into him. See what he does. At 2 over, he goes for the counter. It's a pretty good one. Boop. I think we just, yeah. I think this puts us in a strong position because we can survive 2 with him. He does sovereignty here. He's down to 4 cards in life. One of those is going to be the 10 cost. The 10 cost, I believe, is coming down here. The right play, I think, is for him to go after the Marco. Drop the 10 cost and go after the Marco. The problem with that is the fact that I'm going to just revive the Marco. Here, we'll go here. We'll just 2k out. Because it's just too valuable to give it to him for free. And here comes the 10 drop, possibly. Yep, that's a good card. That is a great card. So we can determine he has 4 cards in hand. So, and we need 3 clean hits to win. We can determine how aggro we want to go here. We have a Rad Beam in hand. We have a 5-drop Marco. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4 swings next turn. I will be at a 5k body. I only have a couple k counter in hand. He has 4 cards in hand, right? So, do we try to go for board? If we go for board and put him in a position where we have the blocker Marco up and he has 2 swings, we're good. And then we basically just win, I think. Or we can try to push for game here. But we don't know what those triggers are. I think we start with this. We have 9 Dawn, so set aside 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 4 Dawn to play with here. He's sitting at 7. He's sitting at 11. So let's go 8, 9. Let's see what he does. Does he give us 2 cards out of hand? He lets it die. All right, so we're sitting at 11. This will put us at 12. That would give us 1, 2, 3 cards out of hand minimum. He lets it die. We just go for 7 into the life. He takes. So he's down to... Ooh, okay. He got another swing. We drop this, and we pass. So what this does is, let's say he has another 10 cost. He goes up to 2 life. That's fine. He has a one of these we counter out of. The other one we can like take, block, whatever, depending on if he goes after board or face. And I think we're still in a good position overall. If he just starts dawning up and starts swinging at things, we do have the blocker. He goes pudding first, so we aren't seeing a 10 drop here. We see the Strusen. He might have the Thunderbolt in hand. We haven't seen any in trigger, but he could have one in hand. Ooh, he goes for the board clear. Interesting. So we have options. We can either counter out or block it. And in this case, I think we say no blocker. We'll give him 2 cards for it. Because he might still go after it again. And if he does, what did he add off of that? Strusen. Okay, so he has a 2K in hand. We know he has 1 2K. We have no idea what this is. He has 4 in hand. We have 1 revive for either the blocker or the attacker, Marco. So let's see what he does next. If he goes after the attacker, Marco, I think we prioritize the attacker because we need to win next turn. I think it's that simple. He can't add to his life at this point. So we just need 2 clean hits. And I think the best bet of doing that is to have a... This card? Pop. I think the best bet of doing that is to have our 2 swings with a Marco, a Whitebeard, and then have Zoro for that final swing. If he thunderbolts us, he thunderbolts us. That would suck. Oh, actually, he has enough Dawn that he can just pile up Dawn and then swing at the Marco from here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But he has 1 up, so that means like a 3K counter. So you could have a 3K. We know he has a 2K, so 1 2K. So if we swing 5 over twice, that's a pretty good odds, I think. Let's just set 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts him at 7. So that'd be a 2K. Either the 3K counter out of the way or a 2K and 1 more card. 2K and a 1K. So he has a 2K, maybe 3K. So we go 1, 2, 3. So 7, 8, 9, 10 would be 5 over, right? Yeah. And that gives us 12 more. Okay. And then this is now 12. And I don't think there's any combination that can do that. Yeah. Good game. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Sometimes you just have to math. That was a very close game. GG's.